Let's start with Eagles 55, Commanders 23, PFT.
I got to take some medicine.
That sucked.
I got to take some medicine. We got our ass kicked. It was an ass kicking. The fumbles really what caused the game to be such a blowout, but it didn't really feel like – I got bad vibes from that first defensive snap of the game when Saquon Barkley – what was one of my key to the games? It was not letting Saquon Barkley score long touchdowns.
Yeah.
And he scored a long touchdown right when he got the ball. The defense played pretty poorly today. Offense with the fumbles. It was an ass kicking. And I will admit that it was easier to come back against Kenny Pickett when we're down a similar amount.
That was in the game.
That was easy. He got in the game late. It was easier to come back against him in that offense. Jalen Hurts played awesome today. He played really, really good. Saquon Barkley's a beast. Dickerson is a tough motherfucker. Cam Jurgens, tough motherfucker on their offensive line.
Yep.
Credit to them. I hear a lot of people talking about big picture. That's the words of comfort that people are giving to me right now. Is like, well, think about I don't want to think about the big picture right now. The big picture, who cares about the big picture? I'm standing too close to the painting to worry about the big picture. Big picture, that's a conversation for another day.
It's off season.
Like I just watched Friday Night Lights yesterday, the movie. Big picture, yeah, you could say Billingsley has a cool ass dad that loves to party. Big picture, Boobie Miles has twins that he loves very much. I don't care about I care about what happened today. And what happened today was an ass kicking. We're very close to the Super Bowl, one game away. But then once that game started, it did not feel like we were very close to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Jaden played awesome. I thought he played great. We're not counting that last interception.
You actually said it before. You're like, we're not counting these. If he throws a pick on this last drive, it doesn't count. And I agree with that.
Yeah. It counts for Quinton Mitchell. That was a great interception by him, but that doesn't go against Jaden's stats in my book. It was an ass kicking. The offense moved the ball pretty good, but when we did move the ball, we'd give it up on a fumble, or the fourth downs were looking good too, right off the bat. That initial drive that we took down the field, we only came away with 3, but it felt like a good drive to set the tone, hang on to the football, control the clock, just manage, take what they give you. And, then the Eagles went up, and then it felt like we were never really in a position where it felt like it could be real.
Yeah.
So it sucks. It sucks to lose. This is a new feeling for me because it sucks to lose a lot of games, but it also does suck to be close to going to a Super Bowl and then losing that because nothing is guaranteed. Dan Marino got to a Super Bowl his second year, and he was like, I'll be back to plenty of these. Not necessarily the case. I think he made it back to 2 AFC championship games after that and lost both of those. So when you're this close, it sucks. But that said, I do realize that we've got a great quarterback. We've got, in my opinion, a great head coach for this moment. And Adam Peters, a great GM. And also I will admit that Max was right when I didn't say, shut the fuck up, Hank. When I didn't say fuck.
Yeah, he was. I think we all knew that. I think the Windhorse fingers.
Yeah.
We knew by your reaction that it was probably true. Yeah,
so my offseason, I'm trying to figure out levels of cope. Levels of cope after this game. I'm not going to stoop to the levels of certain people. I'm not going to just say I blame the refs. I saw a lot of that going on. A lot of the Eagles are 7-0 when Sean Hockley refs their games. We got our ass kicked. They hung 55 points on us. That was not. I'm not going to blame that on the refs.
Conference championship record.
Also
tied the most rushing touchdowns.
Yeah, it was bad. It was an ass kicking. It was an ass kicking across the board. Our defense didn't play well at all. Lattimore didn't play well. Mike Sanders still didn't play well. Nobody. I mean, maybe Jonathan Allen had a decent game. It was just bad. It was a bad thing to experience. But maybe we'll get better. My offseason is going to be spent just scouring top 10 quarterback lists. I think that's how I'll cope. And if I'm dissatisfied with where people put Jaden Daniels, I'll get really mad at that. I feel like that's something I'm going to be focusing in on.
That's a good use of your energy.
Also, great performance by Max today. Sitting next to him on the couch, she spat on me like 7 times accidentally. Hit me in my eyeball.
Yeah.
That one was wrong. That one was wrong.
It was hell. It was hell sitting between
similar
you and
to Jalen Carter.
Very similar. Yeah, but
I actually think Max. I wrote down as a note like you should get to poke Max in the eye.
Yeah, listen.
He should come in here right now and you should poke him directly in the eye.
I wish he had hit me in both eyes so I didn't have to see the ass kicking. It's very rare that you can see yourself getting your ass kicked.
Yeah, it was it was a tough game for the Commanders. I mean, the 4 turnovers or 3 turnovers or 3 fumbles were very bad, but I don't think that it was I obviously they're significant, but also the Eagles' offense was just running down your throat, and Jalen Hurts was awesome. The game I feel like came down to that 4th and 5 shot play to AJ Brown, because that was I think a 20-12 game at the time, and he makes that throw, perfect throw. And he was doing everything. Saquon was doing everything, and the Eagles' defense is fucking good, because it's as much as like Jaden played well, it also everything was more difficult for the Commanders. Even that first drive, it was like 14 plays, you got 3, and you did that a few times where it's like you get 3 instead of 7, and you just can't do that against a team like the Eagles with the way they were playing on offense.
It was way more difficult for us when we had the ball, for sure. And yeah, the turnovers sucked.
The turnovers were very significant. Fine,
but also at the same time, they turned those turnovers into touchdowns.
Right.
And that's what made it so difficult to come back from.
Yeah.
And so, at least we still have the Hard Rock.
You still have the Hard Rock.
That's Commanders territory.
Can you play that guy's video? So for people who missed it, the Commander fan meetup at the Hard Rock in Philly last night.
Philly, iconic space in Philadelphia.
Everyone knows. I saw a lot of Philly people being like, I don't even know where the fuck this is. But the Hard Rock has fallen. And this guy's speech was so funny, because it really was like what I would imagine they said once they stormed the beaches of Normandy, and they finally got like the they got control of France. They entered into France. This is almost exactly what it was like when they got the Hard Rock last night. All right, play it.
Guys, for coming out here tonight and fucking representing, right? Excuse my language. But what we wanted to do tonight, we did. We took over this place.
The Hard Rock has fallen.
We wanted to have a safe space for all of us to be tonight, and that's what we did. I love each and every one of you guys. Seriously.
We came out to make.
Do me a favor. You take care of all these people at the Hard Rock.
Yeah, good guy.
I love it. Yeah. He does seem like a genuinely good guy, and it's more just the funniness is more just the fact that it was the Hard Rock.
Yeah.
And they're like, we came out here to accomplish getting,
and you deserve this, and you deserve this.
50 simultaneous reservations at the Hard Rock. Shout out Open Table. We did it.
That guy sounds a lot like Obama. It's not Obama. He's like, good evening. Tonight I can report to the American people and to the world that the Washington Commanders have conducted an operation that fully compromised the Hard Rock Cafe.
Oh no, were they giving him shit on the way out?
Yeah.
What were they saying? Great tailgate at the Hard Rock.
Hey, this is the guy that took over the Hard Rock.
The Hard Rock, the Rocky Steps.
The Hard Rock.
This is what you think about.
Great job, the Hard Rock Cafe, buddy.
Buddied him.
Oh no!
Buddied him.
It's so funny that it was the Hard Rock Cafe.
And I think
they went for the weakness. They figured out that if Philadelphia has one weakness, it's that you can probably get a shitload of reservations on a Saturday night before the NFC Championship game at the Hard Rock downtown.
That's the one. Yeah, that's the one area of weakness that you guys have.
Yeah.
That speech probably happens across America before every football game, every weekend, like opposing fans coming to town. This guy was just unfortunate enough that it was videotaped and put out there as like a motivational thing.
And then it was 55-23. Yeah, it's I like to imagine like what's the guy's name? Tailgate something. He had it on his back. Anyway, I like to imagine this guy this week like sitting around Tailgate Teddy, I think, sitting around with like war maps out, being like, should we go for the Applebee's? What about the Chili's? No, sir. We've done some advanced scouting, and the Hard Rock is weak. We can get into the Hard Rock.
I've seen some vulnerabilities.
We can take over the Hard Rock.
Yeah,
we've scouted it out. We've had advanced scouts at the Hard Rock all week, testing their patterns and everything.
I love that, because for a moment when I felt like the Commanders might win the game, basically right after kickoff.
Yeah.
I just thought about how that Hard Rock will always forever be known as a Washington Commanders watering hole. And it'll just be like a place that you have to make a trip to whenever you're in Philly, like it's Mecca. But yeah, listen, no excuses. It was an ass kicking. We got a rental defense full of a bunch of 1-year guys. It's going to be a different team next year. They were playing better than they did at the start of the year, but yeah, the defense was not good today. Yep. It's tough. Congrats, Max. Congrats, Hank. Hank, how do you feel? Your Birds are going to the Super Bowl.
You actually, I think, were the closest to having the correct score.
Yeah.
You had it as a blowout.
So it was going to be a blowout. It was a blowout. I feel good. I don't feel as good after the Chiefs win. I kind of just stuck in between a rock and a hard place. But, if it wasn't for the fumbles, it could have been a closer game. I don't think the Commanders played as badly as you're kind of saying, PFT, but the fumbles made it impossible to win.
No,
the Commanders need to play.
Their offense didn't play bad. Their defense played awful.
Yeah.
I mean, the
first
7 rushing
game.
touchdowns is pretty hard to come back from.
And a lot of bad penalties that gave them the ball in scoring position. So it never felt sustainable what the Commanders were doing.
Yeah.
It just didn't. We got behind and we kind of stayed behind. Great touchdown catch and run by Terry McLaurin. I'm so glad he's a Commander. I'm so glad I get to root for guys like Terry and guys like Jaden. But still, I don't want to think big picture. A lot of people are going to be sending me big picture wishes. I appreciate the wishes, but I don't want to think about the big picture right now. Just let me be very sad and upset in this small little microscope. I'm looking at the season with an electron microscope right now.
Yeah.
Play by play for today.
I think that's the correct way to do it. The big picture is an off-season thing.
Yeah,
that's an off-season thought exercise that you'll be able to do for the next 7 months. Right now, you got your ass kicked in the NFC Championship game. That sucked.
I promise you, I will be moved on to big picture by next week.
Maybe not.
No, I'm gonna make
There's no
myself.
way when we're
After the Super Bowl.
Yeah, when
After
we're
the Super Bowl.
in New Orleans and Max is like living his best life and wearing ridiculous pants.
I'm gonna gumbo my way out of it. I'm gonna gumbo my way out of thinking small picture.
I believe in you. Max, yeah, that had to been like one of the most enjoyable games though for you.
Yeah, no, it was great. It still was stressful. I was saying stupid shit at the end of the game.
Yeah, Max said when the Eagles were up, I believe they were up 25 with 6 minutes left. Max said this is still going to end up ending a 1-score game.
Yeah.
And we had to explain to him, we're like, there's 6 minutes left. The best case, like if they score 17 points, they're down 8. And that would mean they had 3 possessions in the last 6 minutes.
Well, we work at a company where it's like you realize that you have to go out of your way not to say anything that could be ever interpreted as a jinx.
Yeah.
So if you're up, you don't say things like "great win" before the game's over. You don't count your chickens. And that was White Sox Dave, by the way.
Yeah.
Nice job, White Sox.
No, he
Dave.
said, I'll never apologize for a win.
I'll never apologize for a win.
Yeah.
So Max has learned to not touch these third rails because he's gotten shocked so many times that now he's not even going down to the subway station.
I still graze those rails.
Yeah, I mean, he said we want the commies before he even played the Rams.
That's true, but in his defense, he was drunk.
Yeah, he was.
It was a Saturday night.
Yeah.
Max, also shout out Roan. Big. He
that was
surprised
awesome.
everyone. He texted me yesterday. He's like, I'm going to be there. Don't tell anyone. He walked in. You could tell that that was tough for you.
It was tough, and hey, I got to put my
He's a
hand
weapon.
up. I got to put my hand up too and say, like, I didn't show enough fight either. I don't know. I got to learn how to win.
Yeah,
it's a process.
It was a ass kicking though, Max. You gotta feel good, and you're going back to the Super Bowl. You got to get redemption against the Kansas City Chiefs, and not to put pressure on you, Max, but have you had the moment to realize like what's at stake here in terms of you and this podcast, and like if we have to have another losing Max second place situation, like that's gonna be bad.
I mean that's you would love that.
No, I don't want that.
You
I have a
would love
future
that.
on the Eagles.
But
I did last time, too.
As far as for this podcast, you would
It
love
would be
to,
good for numbers.
You would love to see me lose.
Just in terms of numbers, I think people want to see sad Max in the pants.
Yeah.
I'm not saying me.
They've seen it
I'm
enough.
not. Oh, but
It's the Chiefs.
I know.
Who
I'm
likes the
rooting
Chiefs?
for the Eagles.
If it was the Bills, it would be a
mix it
whole
up.
the
different
Bills,
story.
I would have cashed out, and I
let's-
would have been Josh Allen in your face the whole time.
Let's mix it up. Let's get some happy Max, celebratory
Oh,
Max.
you don't have anything financially
No.
at stake here, do you?
Or
Hank?
legacy stake.
oh, your legacy,
I'm thinking about the fans and what they want.
big
Yeah.
legacy stake.
And they want to see
legacy
Max
stake.
win.
I don't like that memes has weaponized the Max picture, and even when Max wins, he just puts somebody else's face on Max.
Yeah.
And then it's also a reminder of that time that Max lost. I don't think that's fair to Max.
Yeah, you put your face.
That was
with
you,
the,
bro.
I don't think that's fair to Max.
It
That
was
was
you.
you. That was you.
looked
It was
like
me.
you.
It was my face.
You look
Yeah.
good with the beard.
It's
I
just
do.
a great
I wish
sad
I could grow
template.
one.
Yeah.
Oh, you have to get waxed now too.
Oh,
Forgot
right.
about the wax.
I forgot about the wax too.
Shit.
I'll get waxed in NOLA. How about that?
Yeah, that'll be tough.
All right. So anything else, Max? Like New Orleans, it's going to be your week.
I know. I'm so excited. It's going to be like the best week of my life.
Cool. That's awesome. That's fucking cool.
If they win.
That is so fucking sweet.
But what about
they
the week
win.
before? Like, what about preceding that? We're probably going to get to interview an Eagle, hopefully.
Yep, that'll
Maybe
be cool.
even
Big
Saquon.
Dom.
Maybe Big Dom. Although I don't
No,
really want to.
no, Big Dom,
I don't
no.
want to
Big
interview
Dom,
Big
no.
Dom Super Bowl week because I don't even want to ask because he's going to be like, it's about the players.
The people want Big Dom.
We're going to interview
No.
Big Dom Grit Week.
Maybe.
We're going to interview him Grit Week.
Let's not. Big Dom, Big Dom does what Big Dom wants to
We
do.
love Big Dom. We're not going to.
We're not gonna pressure Big Dom.
I wouldn't feel comfortable asking him. But we're going to try to get an Eagle.
What if his daughter's getting married, like during the week, and we can go to him, we can ask him whatever favor we want, and he has to say yes.
That's true.
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm just excited for the week. I want the Eagles to win.
Will
so
the
bad.
pants be making a? Can we get the pants back on?
No, I'm wearing the same thing that I've worn the past 2 games.
But can we get the-
saw what PFT did when he changed up his outfit?
What do you mean when I changed my outfit?
no.
I wore 2 different outfits for each of our playoff games. I didn't have an outfit to repeat.
You got bullied online for the jumpsuit, and
I got bullied online.
You got scared to wear it again.
You think I'm afraid to wear something that makes me look ridiculous?
You showed up in jeans today.
Yeah, they're pants. They're Mugsies. They're super comfortable pants. They feel like sweatpants. They're the most comfortable pants in the world. You idiot.
But you're not a jeans guy for a big game. You're a wear crazy jumpsuit guy.
That's last week. I wear jeans for games all the time. My most famous pictures at games are of me wearing jeans, like
Those are
big
Jinkos,
jeans,
yeah.
Clutch jeans.
clutch jeans.
You could have.
That's fair. I should have worn the Jinkos. I should have worn the Jinkos today.
We have Muggsy Jenkos.
I should have worn them. That's a fair point. But to say that the jumpsuit, I didn't have like an outfit that I wore, a good luck outfit.
And you shaved your beard.
But Max had a good luck outfit.
I didn't shave.
Look where he is.
You got a
He's in the
haircut.
I got a haircut.
Everyone knows playoff time. Playoff beard.
Max wants
playoff
us to
hair.
mention the fact that he's been growing out his beard.
No,
which I didn't
That's not
realize.
true. I don't even want you to realize it. I just want you to know that I'm dialed on winning a Super Bowl. I need to win a Super
He
Bowl.
also he's out of the boot and he wore the boot.
Yeah.
Yep, I put the boot back.
You're Big Ben.
Yeah, no, I had to, I'm bringing the boot to New Orleans.
You're bringing the boot to the boot.
I'm bringing the boot to the boot. I have to wear.
You have to.
I
wear the
have
boot.
to wear the boot inside the Caesars Superdome. What?
Okay.
Did Nick
What?
say?
What did you
Shoey-
say?
Can we do
if
a
the
shoey
Eagles
in New
win,
Orleans?
that's a promise.
Oh.
If the Eagles
Shoey out of
win,
the
I will
boot?
do a shoey out of the boot.
I love that.
Did Nick say that?
That'll be so gross. I love it.
Did Nick say that every Tuesday is Mardi Gras for Max?
Yeah.
He did. Yeah, I thought I
What?
heard that. Another thing Nick wrote down.
Yeah.
I didn't
Every
say it.
Tuesday.
Oh, because I'm fat.
I didn't say. I didn't say. I didn't say it.
No.
I didn't know you spoke French.
No.